yearly sale, amassing over $160 million in sales. More than 1,000 stake races have been won by horses that were connected to him in some capacity before he died in 1990. Northern Dancer, a champion on the racetrack, his legacy continues to live on. For SiriusXM Sports, I'm Ryan Payton.
On the court and off, your home for the NBA is SiriusXM. Follow all the drama as your favorite team vies for it all. SiriusXM NBA Radio, SiriusXM 86.
I'm Frank.
Back out, they're 2-12. So yeah, they absolutely missed their starting center.
Warren, I'm just going to rip off the starting lineup again for the Raptors: Abaji, Grady Dick, Mobo, R.J. Barrett, and Barnes, and for the Knicks: Hart, OG, Cat, Bridges, and Brunson. So, what is the big matchup for you?
I think the head of the snake for the Knicks is obviously Brunson, but I think RJ is going to come out and, if I have my own wish list, I would say that RJ has a fantastic game. I know he's coming off an illness, but I would say RJ against Bridges because them two are probably going to be matched up. I think everyone needs to come out and obviously play with that, desperation. But just seeing how RJ's been playing this season, I would say that would be my go-to matchup.
Okay, plenty to watch for. As I mentioned, the Raptors are 1-12 on the road. The Knicks are 8-4 on home court, and they're coming off a 3-game road trip where they won all 3, and the Raptors have lost their last 7. I mean, there is a challenge here. There's no question about it. But the Raptors, they make you believe they're in all these games. So we'll see what happens tonight. Going to step out. Countdown to tip off is next. This is Raptors Game Night on TSN 1050.
Alpine News Network is here live with one of our superheroes.
Joe and Lucy needed a new roof and reached out to Alpine Credits. I flew over to help them with a home renovation loan. I suggested they transform their house into a giant robot head, beams that shoot from the eyes. Pew, pew! Instead, they just went with shingles. But it's pretty glorious.
Own your home? Need a loan? Alpine Credits can help.
Alpine Credits, where homeowners get approved.
Just for license 12616.
With a turbocharged engine, fuel-efficient econ mode, and tons of cargo space, the 2025 Honda CR-V was made for winter adventures. But with heated front seats, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, and a cozy interior, you may want to stay in its comforts a little bit longer. Lease the CR-V LX two-wheel drive from $99 weekly at 2.99% APR for 28 months with $2,100 down. But hurry, Honda Stretch Lease offers end January 2nd. OAC conditions apply. Includes $1,500 lease bonus. See HondaOntario.com.
Right now, get 35% off Crave monthly plans for your first 4 months and start streaming the latest blockbusters like Joker, Folie à Deux.
That's what we should be talking about.
Based on the best-selling novel, It Ends With Us.
Now you see me.
Plus the exclusive HBO original, The White Lotus. New season starts February 16th. Catch up now.
I feel like I'm in a dream.
35% off monthly plans for your first 4 months. Ends January 6th. Terms apply. Learn more at crave.ca/Boxing Week. Crave. Endlessly entertaining.
Why do I love getting my last-minute gifts at Shoppers Drug Mart? Well, lots of stores, many open late, great selection of gifts, and let's not forget the PC Optimum points. I get gifts for them and points for me, and so can you. Go to Shoppers. Exclusions apply.
And we're back.
I've got to say, what a thrill.
Couldn't agree more, Jeff. My blood is pumping.
Canadian Blood Services needs 450 new donors every day to keep Canada's lifeline strong.
And in the final quarter of the day, we have 55 left to... What's that?
Is that a new donor?
It's a new donor.
We're at 396. Only 54 left to go.
This is the 450 challenge. Let's get Canada's blood pumping.
Book an appointment today at blood.ca/450.
Sleep Country presents Holidays at Chris's House. Emily unwraps the pony she wanted. And here's Chris, opening holiday socks again. Got gifts like Chris? Then Sleep Country's Boxing Week deals are for you. Get hot prices on headboards starting at $249. Plus, save the tax on everything. Speak to a sleep expert for details. Get the gift you really wanted. Great sleep during the Boxing Week event at Sleep Country. Restrictions apply.
10,000 years before the birth of Paul Atreides, we founded a sisterhood.
Crave presents the next groundbreaking original series from HBO, Dune Prophecy. Stream now, only on Crave. Subscribe at crave.ca.
I need gifts, and I need them today.
I got you. Sephora's free same-day delivery was made for last-minute gifters like you.
You've really got this gifting thing in the bag.
Obviously. I do this every year. Now let's fill your basket.
Okay, attach a gift set for my mom, Joe Malone for my bestie, K18 for my sister's hair journey, and a little Tower 28 for me, for the stress.
Always something for you.
Beauty insiders get gifts delivered in a flash with free same-day delivery. Only at Sephora. Offer ends December 24th. Exclusions and terms apply. One-time use only. Available in most markets.
This is Tangerine Raptors basketball on TSN 1050. The Raptors live here.
And visiting Madison Square Garden in New York City tonight to take on the Knicks, RJ's former team. RJ back in the lineup tonight for the Raptors, so should it all add up? I think so. Let's go over to Jonesy and Javon. Jonesy, I think RJ's going to have a big night.
As I say, Jim, it's always personal when it's your former team, and RJ Barrett back in the lineup. Interesting, I heard Josh in the pregame talking about seeing RJ and then him going to the back and throwing up and not being exactly ready to go last night. I saw him too, and I asked him, how you feeling, young fella? And he kind of gave me the palm down airplane, the little finger up, little finger down, little But he's coming off, missing a couple games, Javon, and players are always a little bit, I don't know if winded is the right word, but they always seem to come up a little bit short, a little bit kind of not all there. Do you think the energy and the adrenaline of being back in New York kind of pushes him over the top, and maybe he avoids that tonight?
I think, that's going to give you that extra push, that extra juice. But it's like you mentioned, coming back from, whether it's injury or illness and just having time off from not practices, but having time away from games.
Right.
Is always hard to just get those twitch fibers going, open the lungs back up, get your legs under you, because you can never emulate game speed, game action, right? You can, practice against your teammates and their tendencies, their cuts. You can 5-on-5 with your squad, and you're pretty familiar with everybody's skill set, which matters, and playing against your own teammates and running your own sets. But once you go up against an opponent and they have different schemes, different tactics, and the routes are different, the cuts are different, the bursts and change of speed, change of direction, they're different. That also impacts your conditioning. So, playing in your former home, you were drafted here and familiar with everybody. You're going to want to play well. But I think the bigger thing is, how fast can you shed that rust? How fast can you get that second wind after being off for some days?
Well, that's a key, and we'll see how RJ fares coming back. Let's take a look at the starting lineups, and Jim has given them to you, but we'll give them back to you again. Grady Dick, Jonathan Mobo, Scotty Barnes, RJ Barrett, and Ochai Agbaji, and we'll tell you that the Raptors starting lineup, and today's the day, is driven by Subaru. Enjoy winter to the fullest with symmetrical full-time all-wheel drive. Visit your local Subaru dealer to book a test drive today. No need for a test drive if you're in the GTA, Southern Ontario area tonight, Javon. Man, it's full-on winter out there.
Yeah, my drive in usually takes me about 20 minutes, and it took me a full 45. Yeah. And there was no accident. No. Everybody, and I can appreciate that. Everybody taking their time and being cautious. It was a mess out there. So everybody safe drives as you listen in and tap into us.
Well, we are glad that you're here and glad that you're letting us ride along with you wherever you might be. As Javon said, if you're in a car in the Southern Ontario area,
drive slow.
Slow down. Slow down. Be deliberate. Like that crossover step that Warren likes to call a travel. If you swing the ball low and you're deliberate, the referee's not going to see you moving that pivot foot.
Or they can just sit in and keep us company.
That's all. That's good, too. Let's go to the starters for New York. All right, there is the starting lineup for the New York Knicks. The Raptors and the Knicks getting set, ready to roll from the world's most famous arena. 34th, 33rd, between 7th and 8th Avenue. Madison Square Garden, the Raptors in Manhattan. The Raptors getting set to play the Knicks. Last game for the Raptors before the break, and hopefully they can break through. They have lost their last 5 meetings against the Knicks. It's their longest losing streak against the Gotham Gang since they lost 7 straight from 2001 to 2003. The bettor says don't go against the streak, take New York. And the other part of me, like my dad says, like, hey man, it's gonna rain one day. So if you're the Raptors, you hope today's the day that the roulette ball lands on your square and you can take the Knicks out. RJ Barrett in the starting lineup for Toronto.
And RJ in the lineup is a good sign for Scotty Barnes, right? In 11 games that Scotty has played with RJ this season. .5 and just 5 assists, Jones.
Yeah.
Good signs for both. And both those guys play much better off of one another. Scotty's coming off a tough game against Houston. 2-15 from the floor. 10 rebounds, but really didn't shoot the basketball well against Houston on Sunday. Only 6 points for him.
Well, I'm with you, Javon, and it happens when you have another good player on the floor with you. You tend to play better. You tend to play off that guy just a little bit more.
Well, you also push one another.
Mark Lindsay throws it up between the two teams, and Rick Brunson will bring it front court. Or sorry, Jalen Brunson. Rick Brunson's on the bench. If he was bringing it front court, we'd have a real story. Anunoby on the baseline. Knicks moving left to right. Brunson corner 3, no good. Rebound RJ Barrett. Quick hit ahead of Baji. Raptors were in the red, moving right to left. Mobo saw a steam, kicks it out. Barnes down to Barrett. Squares on Brunson. Backs him into the lane. RJ floats it up and in, says, I'm home. I'm back. He busts in the front door, says, I'm back.
Looking real comfortable on that play. Has Jalen Brunson, gets his matchup, and gets that floater up, going over his right shoulder right before OG could come with the help.
I'm back. The boot tray still at the front door. Oh, the hanger's there for my coat. Toronto up 2-0. Brunson near side, right wing. Down to the baseline. Gets it inside to Towns, who can't handle it. Goes out of bounds. Toronto basketball.
That was the right play by Brunson. He just couldn't get his hands on it. In fact, Brunson was avoiding a triple team on that play.
Raptors front court. Barnes, far side, right wing on the logo, the cresting that says Madison Square Garden. Scotty in the lane, kicks to Abaji. Back to Scotty in the post on Mikal Bridges. Going to work one-on-one. Scotty leans in, gets into the lane, floats it up, no good. Had a great look, couldn't get it down. Scotty came up a little bit gimpy on that ankle.
Yeah.
Mikal Bridges hoists the three up top and knocks it down. 3-2 New York. Back comes Mobo. I like this. Drives, floats it up, score it, and a foul on Towns. I think once Mobo gets his offensive package down, and he's not afraid to be more aggressive, Javon, that's going to pick his level of play up to new heights.
Yeah, he's still trying to figure out so much. Even on this last attack against Towns, Towns is not playing much defense on him. He's under the rim, playing that, drop in a sense, drop coverage in a sense. And Mobo is still thinking on that play, right? Makes the basket, but that's an opportunity right there. As soon as he catches it, attack, right? You have speed, you have quickness, get to the rack. Fortunately, he gets to 2 and knocks down 1 to extra at the strike.
5-3 Toronto, 10:07 to go. First quarter brought to you by Tangerine, official bank of the Toronto Raptors and their fans. Cat inside, Bridges fall away, no good. Standing rebound to RJ Barrett. Up the far side, right wing. Got Brunson, crosses over, gets into the lane, floats it up, no good. Rebound Towns. Outlet Brunson, Raptors are back. Brunson pushes, floats it up, no good. Rebound Grady. Raptors come back, 3-on-3, broken floor. 9:37 first quarter, 5-3 Toronto. Grady on the bounce, right side, left hand to the middle. Into the lane, step back, foul line jumper short. Here comes Jason Hart. Into the front court, spins, lays it up, no good, but fouled by Abaji. And the Villanova Wildcat Hart will go to the line for 2 shots.
Josh Hart there pushing it the length of the floor. Grady Dick just a little bit too much time off of the clock, just not knowing what's going to happen next, handling the basketball, and then, pretty loose attack. Josh gets the basketball and goes the length of the floor, gets himself fouled in an opportunity at the line.
I'm in the Wayback Machine. I believe I said Jason Hart, right?
Oh, you said that a couple times with him.
Well, because Jason Hart is the guy that rings a bell with me as a former Syracuse Orange when I was a.
You're going vintage tonight.
Yeah, when I was a big
Brunson and
when I was a big Georgetown fan. Well, Rick Brunson, I watched him play at Temple before he came into the NBA and had a stint with the Raptors. So let me get my
throwback night. That's what it is, Jones.
Let me get my decade straight. 5-all as Josh Hart knocks down 2 free throws. Raptors will bring it front court. Barnes to Grady above the arc straight away. Kicks it back to Scotty. Now to Barrett. RJ in the lane to Scotty. Broken circle. Gets it to Mobo. On Towns. Corner 3, no good. Rebound Anunoby. The offense bogged down on that trip. Here comes Josh Hart. Front court gets it to Towns. Cat puts it on the floor. Drives on Mobo who knocks it away. Loose ball out of bounds off Towns. Toronto basketball. Great hands by Mobo.
And even before he got a hand on the basketball, I like what he did, taking away Towns' space, knowing he's shooting a high clip at the three-point line at the top of the key there, taking away that shot for him.
5 apiece, 8:38 to go, first quarter. Mobo into the corner. Abaji catch and shoot, no good. Rebound knocked away. Goes off Barrett, and they'll say out of bounds to New York. Was a tough trip for the Raptors. They didn't get to their hotel room until about 2:45 a.m. after a couple of de-icing jobs on the runway in Toronto, and waiting for a gate, I'm told, when they landed in New York. Towns drives near side, floats it up, no good. Rebound knocked away. Abaji has it. Here comes Toronto. Barrett on the run. Drives, spins, lays it up on Bridges. Can't get it. Nice move by RJ. Couldn't get the finish. 5 apiece, 7:55 to go, first quarter. Anunoby tries to go inside. It's knocked away. And out of bounds on the baseline. It'll stay with New York.
Scotty coming outside the left side of the paint and helping Grady Dick as OG Anunoby had a slight step on him. Good job, great help defense by Scotty Barnes.
New York inbound. On the baseline, far side, left area. Inbound to Anunoby. OG drives into the lane, knocked away. Goes right to Towns, who lays it up and in. 7-5 New York, 7:40 to go. Mobo in the lane, floats it up and in. Raptors quick strike. take it out of the net, get it up the court, and tie the game at 7.
Scotty advancing the basketball. Mobo catching it in stride and making a tough finish.
Brunson up top, and they've got Abaji on the foul against Towns.
Cross matchup on Towns, and right away Jalen Brunson recognized it and dumped it in the post. Smart play by Abaji, fouling early, not giving Towns any easy look at the basket.
7 apiece, 7:18 first quarter. Knicks in the white, coming left to right. Hart drives, reverse layup. Far side to near side, gets it down. Raptors come back quickly. Barnes kicks it out top. Mobo into the corner to Barnes. 17-footer, no good. Rebound off Mobo, out of bounds. It'll be New York ball. Brunson brings it front court. On the bounce, goes over to the far side, left wing. Gets it to Bridges, back to Brunson. Swing it to Hart. Down low, the pass over the head of Karl Anthony Towns, out of bounds. It'll be Toronto basketball.
Pressure by Scotty Barnes really caused that play because, again, Towns had the mismatch on Abaji, but the long arms of Scotty Barnes and Hart had to throw that basketball a little bit too far ahead, out of bounds.
So let's take a break. Raptors and the Knicks going at it 9-7 New York, 6:43 first quarter. You listen to Tangerine Raptors basketball on TSN, 1050 Toronto.
Touchdown. Great catch. Give me a high five. 5 minutes later. Interception. Awesome play. Give me a high five. 2 hours later.
Eddie, did you order 20 high five specials from 2 for $1 pizza?
You kept asking for high fives.
I meant... never mind. I'm hungry.
High five. Buy any large traditional pizza and get up to 3 medium one-topping pizzas for just $5 each.
2 for $1 pizza. 2 for $1.
At last, the Subaru winter is here. It's the perfect weather for the beach. Feel the sun's rays on the small amount of skin peeking out of your ski mask. Put on your beach puffer and hear the sound of the waves crashing over the chatter of your teeth. Get out there in winter like it's summer with standard symmetrical full-time all-wheel drive and advanced safety systems. Your holiday bonus awaits. Visit your local Subaru dealer for details.
49.50.
Hey, Dave, what's with the push-ups?
I'm training for Bell Boxing Week. Gotta be in top shape.
I don't think they meant that kind of boxing.
Have to be ready, have to win. They said they're hard to beat.
No, they said their offers are hard to beat.
51. 52, 53.
It's Bell Boxing Week. Switch to Canada's fastest and most reliable 5G Plus network. Get amazing offers on phones, plans, and more. Visit a Bell store or bell.ca/boxing week for details. Bell. Boxing Week just got better.
There's no better way to drive home than with Hayes, Noodles, and the O-Dog. Overdrive every weekday, 4 to 7 p.m. on TSN 1050.
9-7 New York, 6:43 to go first quarter. Paul Jones, Javon Shepard, Matt Cardadero, Owen Hall. Owen back in the lineup tonight. You'll hear from Jim Taddy, Warren Ward, and Josh Lewenberg at halftime. We get a shot of downtown Manhattan, nary a snowflake in the Big Apple. Well, the Raptors hope that they can turn some of this Toronto snow into rain and make it rain against New York. Right now they trail 9-7.
Yep. Not much raining for the Raptors. Jonesy have started, well, for either team for that matter, 2 for 10 from the floor right now. And New York with turnovers early, so not much flow offensively for either squad.
Raptors in the lane. Barnes, follow-away jumper, got it, knocks it down 10 feet out over a smaller player. Raptors have tied the game at 9. Good play call, ATO. Brunson to Bridges. Knicks in the white, coming left to right. Brunson up top. And they've got a foul on Davion Mitchell. And that's the kind of thing I'm talking about, Javon. I didn't see a lot of excessive contact there, but You know?
Especially in a game like this that doesn't have much flow yet. Let these guys play. Let them get a little rhythm.
The Raptors, you know, our team, they foul more than anybody else, and that's what you get. Towns right down Wall Street. Down Broadway for the jam. New York up 11-9.
Big dunk for Karl Towns off of Bobo's gamble. Scotty coming right back down and answer with a jump shot.
Yep.
They're changing the ends of the floor just so fast. There's no time for New York or anybody who scores to celebrate.
I like the fact that Scotty looks like he's found his groove. He's made 2 shots in a row. Game tied at 11, 5:46 first quarter. Hart gets it to Anunoby. Jacoby Walter gambled well above the foul line, left OG wide open for the dunk. 13-11 New York. Scotty in the lane. Finds Jacoby Walter. Reverse layup is good.
Makes up for it.
Yep, Scotty orchestrating things. Part of the last 6 points. Grady with a steal on the back end. Here comes Toronto. Barnes drive, kick out. Grady shot fake. A straight dribble 3. No good. 2 rims. Raptors can't secure the rebound. Back comes Brunson with a corner 3. No good. Rebound Mobile. Outlet Davion Mitchell. Up the middle of the court to Jacoby Walter, into the lane, off balance, floats it up and in. Raptors up 15-13.
Kobe coming off a 27-point game against Houston, picking up right where he left off. His first touch, a cut and a layup under the basket. And here in transition, Davion Mitchell giving it up. Walter finished.
On the drive, Brunson far side, no good, but he's fouled. And he will go to the line for a couple of free throws.
Getting another look at Walter's last finish. That was a tough catching a tight space, but also that Euro step with Hart, building a wall and making a layup through the contact. One of those things, when you see the basketball go through the hoop a couple times, and just that basket just becomes bigger and bigger and bigger, because that shot that he just made, that last possession, that was a difficult shot, right? 2, 3, 4 weeks ago, he probably wouldn't have made that.
So the Raptors' 15-13 lead stays after Jalen Brunson misses the first free throw. As Yvonne told you, Jacoby Walter coming off a big night, career-high 27, and fouled out on what I thought was a rather chintzy call. Brunson misses the second free throw, but the Knicks get the offensive rebound back, and the Raptors leave Miles McBride wide open.
He's shooting just lines off of that basketball. This is 41% from the three-point line, having career highs in points, rebounds, and assists. Having a heck of a year so far.
16-15 New York into the lead, 4:28 to go first quarter. Mitchell on the dribble, works far side, turns the corner on Brunson, gets to the hoop, misses the layup. Under duress, here comes New York. 4:14 first quarter. Brunson, McBride, Anunoby, Bridges, and Precious Achiuwa for the white-shirted Knicks coming front court left to right. Brunson in the lane, no good. Rebound Boucher. Boucher, Olynyk, Mitchell. Jacoby Walter and Grady Dick for the Raptors. They wear red coming right to left. Grady, top of the lane. Drive, puts it up, blocked by Achiuwa. Here comes McBride. Pulls up and knocks down a 3. Fast break basketball has changed. The man was one-on-one with Boucher, and he pulled up and knocked it down from 25 feet.
Hold up like this is what I'm supposed to do, right? And it starts with Grady Dick's attack at the basket, just a little bit too casual, and Precious Achiuwa gets the block, and McBride gets out in transition, a couple dribbles up the floor, and pop that 3 like it was a layup at the basket.
Let's take a break. 19-15 Knicks, 3:44 first quarter. Listen to Tangerine Raptors basketball on TSN, 1050 Toronto.
Breaking story from Alpine News Network. Firefighter Finn McHose, that's a nickname, right? Needed help contending with a blaze of debt. He called Alpine Credits and a superhero was sent his way. Summoning water, she extinguished the fire and consolidated his debt into one low monthly payment. His floors may be wet, but his debt is under control. Own your home? Need a loan? Alpine Credits can help.
Alpine Credits, where homeowners get approved.
Just for license 12616.
At Tangerine, we're fans of fans who are invested in the game. Like Mary. On the TV, you can hear a word she's saying. Is it effective? There's no evidence. Do we support her? Yeah. Screaming at the TV for all 4 quarters. That's how Mary fans. And we're fans of Mary. This is how we fan. Tangerine, the official bank of the Toronto Raptors.
I'ma go harder than most. TSN and TSN Plus are your home for the National Lacrosse League on NLL Friday night. And get even more action on TSN Plus with every game all season long. What a play!
Why do I love getting my last-minute gifts at Shoppers Drug Mart? Well, lots of stores, many open late, great selection of gifts, and let's not forget the PC Optimum points. I get gifts for them and points for me, and so can you. Go to Shoppers. Exclusions apply.
TSN 1050. Listen anywhere. Stream your favorite shows in your car. Available on Apple CarPlay via the iHeartRadio app. TSN 1050. Everywhere you want it.
Raptors trail the Knicks 19-15, 3:44 to go. First quarter. Let's see if the Raptors can hang in. They've had some tough sledding recently. (19-15) they trail currently. Nice to see RJ Barrett back in the lineup, but it was a quick shift. He came out after 5 minutes. And trying to get back into things after being out with an illness. Raptor ball, front court. They come right to left and turn it over out of the timeout. Achua to McBride. Drives, kicks it out, intercepted by Boucher. Barrett back on the floor, picks up the loose orange. Goes right down Main Street, lays it up on McBride.
Well, there's the legs that you and I were talking about in the open, right? RJ's getting to that right hand, which he knows McBride is trying to sit on the left. Good job getting down under the basket, but just didn't have that lift to get him the easy 2 at the rim.
Raptors inbound. Olynyk back to Barrett. Turns the corner, cross court. Boucher launches a 3 and splashes it home.
Good pass to the right side, 45, and Chris is a little bit taller than OG Anunoby closing out. OG was there on the shoelaces, but Chris is knocking down the shot.
Boucher drops it in the bottom of the well. Raptors cut the lead to 1, 19-18. Inside, Anunoby puts it up and in. Had Boucher in jail under the basket. And Knicks go up 21-18. Olynyk to Barrett. RJ drives. And they've got an illegal screen on Kelly Olynyk. This call is becoming far too frequent without any consequence, really.
Yeah.
Like that was just a little,
very little consistency.
Dribble handoff, and Kelly, like defenders really deceiving officials into getting that call. Cameron Payne into the game for the Knicks. McBride off to Bridges, now to McBride straight away. 2:25 first quarter, 21-18 New York. Bridges 3, no good. Jacoby Walter blows a tire, but wraps up the loose ball, gets it to Barrett. 3-on-1. Mitchell lays it up and in.
Yeah, big time play by Walter. They're getting on the basket, on the floor, right? The first of the floor, usually good things happen. Gets it, saves it, gets it out to RJ. RJ to Davion Mitchell, gets it out in transition for 2. But a heck of a job by Walter, diving on the loose ball, knowing what's going to keep him in this game, keep him on the floor.
So the Knicks want a timeout. Tom Thibodeau with that, I would say, usual pained expression on his face. So we'll take a break too. 21-20, Knicks lead, 2:13 first quarter. You listen to Tangerine Raptors basketball on TSN 1050 Toronto.
What the flock?
Excuse me?
What the flock? These wings are amazing.
What the flock? I mean, what are you talking about?
What the flock wings? Try one.
These are delicious. I bet the kids will love them.
Yeah, but maybe we should call them WTF wings in front of the kids?
Seriously?
Oh, yep. Now I'm hearing it.
Get the What the Flock family combo. 20 wings, garlic bread, large potato wedges, 4 cans of pop, served with celery, carrots, and 2 dips for just $46.99. Order now on Uber Eats or skip the dishes. Or visit WTFlockwings.com.
With a turbocharged engine, fuel-efficient econ mode, and tons of cargo space, the 2025 Honda CR-V was made for winter adventures. But with heated front seats, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, and a cozy interior, you may want to stay in its comforts a little bit longer. Lease the CR-V LX 2-wheel drive from $99 weekly at 2.99% APR for 28 months with $2,100 down. But hurry, Honda Stretch Lease offers end January 2nd. OAC conditions apply. Includes $1,500 lease bonus. See HondaOntario.com.
For guys, size matters. But bigger is definitely not better for guys with overdeveloped breasts. The condition is called gynecomastia, and Dr. Frank Lista of the Plastic Surgery Clinic can help. Dr. Lista is a world-renowned plastic surgeon who has perfected the procedure that corrects gynecomastia with virtually no scarring. Visit theplasticsurgeryclinic.ca and size up your options for downsizing male breasts. theplasticsurgeryclinic.ca.
Back in New York, Knicks inbound the ball, get it up court, and Karl Anthony Towns fouled by Boucher. As Chris tried to come on the back end of the double team from the baseline side, got a bit of the wrist of Towns. And that will give a couple of free throws that Cat knocks down. The Knicks increase the lead to 23-20. We go under 2 minutes, first quarter. Again, Kelly Olynyk. Playmaking big, trying to get it to Davion Mitchell.
Yeah, both guys had the right idea, right?
Yep.
Kelly just got faked out by Davion, taking a step towards the basket and trying to come towards the basketball. Kelly expecting to go towards the rim.
I'm going to ask you something because I know you ran a lot of that stuff in Michigan. Boucher, 3, got it near side, down the bottom of the well, ties the game at 23. On your backdoor cut, did you have a rule? We always had a rule. Once you make that hard first step and stop, if they don't back up and get the ball, so you can get the ball, you keep going. So we don't have V cuts in and out and everybody trying to figure it out. Did you guys have a rule?
Our rule was there's no passes without eye contact being made, and passer decides.
Okay. Towns back with a layup. Knicks lead 25-23. RJ in the lane, puts it up and in and is fouled. RJ getting to the cup. That's what he does. Mr. Barrett with 4, and he'll go to the line. Still shopping in New York, says I'm looking for one more.
Looks all right getting to the basket. It looks just fine. And you know, Jones, just to expand on that as well, for the offensive player that's cutting, you know, your first step, if your first step was towards the basketball, then you knew that you were going to the basket. If your first step was in towards the defender, then we knew that you were coming towards the basketball. But anytime you start to jab, fake, then that's too much for the passer.
Jacoby Walter with a hard foul on Karl Anthony Towns. Towns driving it in there. I love when a guy drives it in there with all this force, and he's met with force, and he's surprised. Like, guys are supposed to be on your highlight tape, right? They're supposed to just jump and be in the way as you dunk it. No, man.
And just let you be.
No, I'm taking you down. It's something I've always said to the officials, too. I spoke to a referees camp this summer, and at one point, when a guy goes for a dunk, and you block the dunk clean and you get all ball, after that, follow-throughs, body contact, I'm sorry, that's a non-starter because you are coming with everything. The immovable force meets the unmovable object. And after that, once the ball is clean, everything after that is collateral damage. Arms, body contact, I ain't having it. 27-26, Cat makes 1 of 2. Knicks by 1, 50 seconds first quarter. Jacoby Walter Up top to Barnes on the blue and orange logo that says Knicks at midcourt. Barnes on the drive, on Bridges. Scotty goes right into the lane. Fall away, jumper, good. Raptors have the lead. Scotty makes it 28-27.
Yeah, I like this version of Scotty. He's 3 for 5 already. 6 points, and he hasn't shot 1 3, just picking out the matchups that he wants.
Deep three for New York gives him a 30-28 lead. Cameron Payne knocks it out from 27 feet. Barnes on the logo. Game clock at 15. Shot clock at 10. Boucher hoists a 3 straight away. No good. Long rebound. Payne up the far side. Now looking for Towns. Scotty with the deny. Pushes him above the three-point line. Towns. Quick fall-away 3 at the buzzer. No good. Scotty did a nice job of crowding him.
Right, this is to show you how strong Scotty is. His initial, Karl Towns wants to catch that basketball at the left elbow. Scotty just pushed him right up to the three-point line and forced a tough one. Heck of a play by Scotty on the defensive end.
Let's take a break. First quarter in the books. 1 lap down, 30-28 New York. You're listening to Tangerine Raptors basketball across the TSN radio network.
The Subaru winter has arrived. The crisp air and negative temperatures mean one thing: camping. Emerge from your icy tent and bask in 4 to 6 hours of sunlight. Enjoy the unmistakable smell of campfire through the glacial wind pummeling your face. Relax by the water, taking in the soothing sounds of thick ice cracking and popping. Get out there in winter like it's summer with standard symmetrical full-time all-wheel drive and advanced safety systems. Your holiday bonus awaits. Visit your local Subaru dealer for details.
From the biggest stadiums to the coziest holes in the wall. From house parties to porch hangs to pride celebrations. From your favorite fuss shop to your local Indian spot. From noodle bars to sports bars to salsa bars. There's a Molson with your name on it. Canadian Ultra XL. Molson. Everyone in. Must be legal drinking age.
The best Boxing Week sale ever is on now at 2001 Audio Video. All streaming audio, all home audio, and all 4K smart TVs, including a 2-year warranty, are all on sale at the guaranteed lowest Boxing Week prices anywhere. Many items in store below cost and amazing door crashers. 2001, your home entertainment experts.
2001 Audio and Video. 2001.
Making your lousy commute fun. Overdrive with Hayes Noodles and the O-Dog every weekday, 4 to 7 p.m. on TSN 1050.
Second quarter about to start. Second quarter brought to you by Alpine Credits. Do you own your home and need a loan? Alpine Credits can help. Get approved at alpinecredits.ca. Paul Jones, Javon Shepard here. Owen Hall, Matt Cardadero behind the glass. You'll hear from Jim Taddy, Warren Ward, Josh Lewinberg at halftime, and it's New York, where all the stars are out. To me, I'm more of a New York stargazer than I am an LA guy. LA, there's a lot of plastic people. New York, Dave Winfield in the house, former Blue Jay. Helped the Jays win a World Series championship. Also a one-time Yankee. Barnes got it, elbow jumper, near side, left wing. Shakes Karl Anthony Towns and knocks it down. By the way, those of you that aren't of that vintage, Dave Winfield, also a good basketball player at the University of Minnesota. Cameron Payne up top, on the bounce, near side, gets it to Achua. Precious spins in the lane, floats it up, no good. Rebound Olynyk. Outlet Barrett. Here comes RJ, game tied at 30, gets it to Barnes. Scotty steps into a 3, no good. Rebound McBride. Front court come the Knicks, looking for the lead. McBride guarded by Jamison Battle. Battle, Barnes, Boucher, Olynyk, and Barrett. Achua tries a dribble handoff to McBride. One hand on the ball, left hand goes out of bounds. Turn it over, give it to Toronto.
Good job by Toronto staying disciplined on defensive and Scotty not giving up any space. But I see what Precious was trying to do. He wanted to get the switch, the handoff with Karl Anthony Towns to get Towns matched up on on Kelly Olynyk. But Scotty just wouldn't allow the pass to happen.
Turnover number 6 for the Knicks. Jamison battled back. Deep three, no good. Rebound knocked away. Here comes Mikal Bridges. Up the court, finds Hart. 3-ball, no good. Far side, rebound Olynyk. Outlet to Barrett. RJ gets into the lane, drives right by Josh Hart and lays it in.
Good job. He freezes him with that right hand and then attacks a right to left crossover. Everybody's above the free throw line and does a good job just getting an easy layup.
32-30. Raptors with the lead. Cameron Payne, 3, no good. Barnes, quick up court to Barrett on Payne. RJ says small fry in the house. Gives him the right shoulder, left shoulder 2 times. Says hold this and then take that. And then when he turned to put it up, Payne fouled him.
Warriors mentality. It starts on the run because RJ's the first one down the floor. He gets Cameron Payne on his backside. And that gives the laneway to make the pass, advance the basketball. Now it's just small fry. It's just one-on-one there.
Well, a guy who used to play in that arena did it very well. Carmelo Anthony would run the floor, get to the nail or between the nail and the top of the key, seal his man, and they just throw it at the backboard. I'm going to go get it. Barrett misses the free throws. So the Raptor lead stays at 2, 32-30. Back comes Cameron Payne, floats it up in the lane, ties the game at 32. 10 minutes to go, first half. Barnes gets it to Jacoby Walter up top. Drives left to Scotty. Kick out Olynyk, shot fake, sidestep, another shot fake. Gets it to Barnes. Inside to Jacoby Walter, can't handle the pass. Here comes McBride to Payne. Fires a 3 near side and knocks it down. 35-32, Raptors down 3. Barrett, step back, kicks it to Jacoby Walter, far side. Raptors in the red, coming right to left. Walter gets it to Barnes, down low. Shot clock at 8. Scotty says, give me some room. Backs in on Hart, shoulder shake, turnaround jumper. It's a bucket. Scotty arms out, says to the ref, and you owe me one too. 35-34, New York by 1.
I love when Scotty's playing out of the mid-post, the free throw line extended. Here he has the Josh Hart matchup against him, a little shimmy, fading over that left shoulder. It looked like money.
Hart, shot fake, drive, into the lane, kick it out. Anunoby, McBride, Payne, another 3, no good. Rebound knocked away, Battle has it. And they say stay here as they're going to get RJ for an over the back on the sandwich rebound. Barnes had the inside, Towns, and then Barrett was behind Barnes, knocked it away, but they said he fouled him. 35-34, New York with the lead. 8:51, first half. Barnes checks out, Barrett checks out. Mitchell in, Mobo in. McBride to Hart, down low to Anunoby. On Grady, muscles it into the hoop. They got the mismatch and OG took advantage, score it, and won.
Yeah, OG said we're not running any offense. There's no play to run here. Give me the ball on the block. I have Grady Dick on me. He gives up a couple pounds and he's seen it right away. Catches it, sweeps, put that left shoulder into Grady's chest and gets himself an and one opportunity. Sometimes there's no reason for a play, Jonesy.
No.
It's just find the matchup, the favorable matchup, and let's play through it.
Back in the day, I got a story for you. Don Nelson would just call the number of the guy he wanted to attack. Get in the post and call that number and go at him. And finally, one of the guys said to the opponent, you realize we're just attacking you. Grady, 3 up top, no good. Rebound Anunoby. 37-34 New York, 8:20 to go, first half. Payne drives, floats it up and in, and a foul.
Ever since that post-up, ever since RJ had that post-up on campaign, it's woke him up a bit. Woke him up. He's hit a couple shots, 2 for 4 from the three-point line, 10 points for him, but he's really right now in a little groove. Has battle matchup on him in transition on that right wing and just gets by. Has a step advantage and just slithery to the basket.
Payne on the line. That funky shot from the other side of his face, throws it up and in.
You've been doing this a number of years, and I promise you haven't seen an uglier shot.
Well, Sean Marion comes pretty close.
Campaign takes the cake.
He does, huh?
He takes the cake.
Well, it comes from the other side, so yeah, that might do it. Grady showing good form, but can't knock down a 17-footer. Knicks up 40-36. Biggest lead of the game. Towns drives. Wow, they give him the continuation. 42-34, and he's going to get a free throw to come as the foul will go on the Raptors, and it'll go on Mobo. Interesting, Towns created all that contact. Darko really into referee Mark Lindsay, and I can't say I blame him. There it is again, Javon. The perception, a subjective judgment gives a foul, and now that becomes quantitative evidence that the Raptors foul when it was just a judgment. Mitchell in the lane. Bounces off Hart, kicks it to Mobo. Up top to Grady. Escape dribble, three, no good. Rebound, tipped up. Knocked away, goes to Campaign. Outlet, Josh Hart. Front court, lob it to Anunoby underneath, jams it down. Timeout, Darko Rajakovic.
By the way, right now the Raptors just a bit too many jump shots, right? Really comfortable on the perimeter, easy shots, and not putting any pressure on New York's defense. And what's New York doing on the other end? Finding the matchups under the basket in the paint and just taking advantage of them. OG Anunoby getting another look under the basket and dunk for two.
OG has 8 points on the night on a perfect 4 of 4. Well, 3 of them have been layups. Raptors trailing the Knicks 45-34, 7:26 first half. You're listening to Tangerine Raptors basketball on TSN 1050 Toronto.
From the biggest stadiums to the coziest holes in the wall. From house parties to porch hangs to pride celebrations. From your favorite fuss shop to your local Indian spot. From noodle bars to sports bars to salsa bars. There's a Molson with your name on it. Canadian Ultra XL. Molson. Everyone in. Must be legal drinking age.
Whatever the weather, CMC Markets is here to help. Planning for a rainy day? Enjoy $0 commission on U.S. and Canadian share CFDs. Riding out the storm? Get ahead of the curve with lightning-fast execution speeds. Blue skies ahead? Go with the trusted broker backed by over 30 years experience. Switch to CMC Markets.
Hey, you. Yeah, you. Right in it. Yeah, I see you. Yeah, you, the one that's hanging out with us listening to the Raptors game. Yeah, and you haven't hit that subscribe button yet. What the heck are you waiting for? Come on, hit that subscribe button so you can help us get that plaque. We're going after that 100,000 subscriber plaque, and only you can help us get there. So thank you for hitting that subscribe button and turn on the bell so you don't miss it when we go live for every single Toronto Raptors game of the season. If it's a Toronto sports team playing, we're live. Right here on TSI. Toronto FC games hopefully coming soon next season. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you for hitting that subscribe button, and let's go Raptors.
The TSN 1050. Everywhere you want it.
New York 45, Toronto 34. Biggest lead of the game for the Knicks. It's 11. As they have 7:26 to go until halftime. A tune-up for New York as they will be on national TV Christmas Day. Karl Anthony Towns leading the way for the Knicks right now with 13 points. Campaign chipping in with 11 off the bench. Leading scorer for the Raptors, Scotty Barnes has 10. RJ Barrett has 7. Raptor ball, front court in the red. Moving right to left at the world's most famous arena. Barnes to Grady. Shot fake, drive into the lane, right at Towns. And they got the foul on Towns.
Strong attack by Grady. Right
Very
out of
strong.
that stacked action. Gets the ball at the top of the key. Could have settled for a jump shot. But again, like I mentioned before the timeout, there's too many jump shots for the Raptors in the second quarter. And Grady, the attack in the rim, strong, stayed vertical, and gets himself to it to strike.
Well, Towns was saying that he was the one that stayed vertical, but what happened was he bent at the waist once the contact came, and that's where the referees say the majority of those, I was vertical fouls, get called. Grady knocks down free throws. Raptors cut it to 9, 45-36. 7:05 clock running. First half. Payne up top. Drives far side, right wing. Knicks in the white, coming left to right. Anunoby down low. Kicks it out to Payne. Swing it to Towns. Got away with a walk. Gets it to Payne. His three far side is good. Amazing the freedom in today's game that Cameron Payne can launch threes with impunity. Mobo called on a travel, turning it over. That'll give it to the Knicks, and their 12-point lead, 48-36. Six and a half to go. Second quarter. Payne into the game with Jalen Brunson. Brunson drives, kicks it out on the baseline to Hart. Stolen by Barnes. Quick hit ahead to Grady. Runs it down, but can't squeeze it. Anunoby picks it up, gets it to Brunson. Underneath to Payne, far side. Another three. Terrible shot with Cat inside against Grady, but to the Raptors' advantage. Grady drives, has it knocked out of bounds. Off Grady, it'll be New York ball.
To your point, right? Terrible shot by Cam Payne with the matchup inside, but the Raptors can't let them off the hook in transition. When you have an opportunity like that, now you have to capitalize.
Towns, deep three, no good. Rebound, Jacoby Walter on the floor. Anunoby takes it away. They get it to Towns, underneath to Hart. Reverse layup, good. New York by 14, 50-36. Walter drives and is fouled. And he'll go to the line for a couple of free throws. Good, quick attack by Jacoby Walter.
Yeah, the difference there, right? A look at the basket right away. No celebration for New York. Got to get back and play some defense, right? They've been playing well this quarter. 20-8 run in the second quarter for New York. And, changing the ends of the floor like you've seen the Raptors do there. As quick as they did in getting early attacks, not allowing New York to set up their defense is always going to help. It also puts a lot less pressure on your offense to run the half-court offense, to find a good look on the offensive side of the floor.
So the Raptors make the sub. R.J. Barrett in. Grady sits down. Jacoby Walter, second free throw good. 50-37, New York's lead 50-38, New York's lead 12. 5.5 second quarter. Brunson up top, gets it to Bridges, into the corner to Hart. Down low to Towns. Posted up near block, right side on Barnes. Leans in. Fall away jumper, got the roll, and they're going to call Scotty on the foul. I don't get that. That's just there was this
you gotta let them play, right?
Yeah, body contact, bumping one another. Towns actually, Javon, you've played and Warren can hear me too. You take that contact and you bounce off it with the energy. It actually helps you on your shot.
Yeah. And the thing was, on that play, Scotty kicks out Ochai so that he could have the matchup, a bigger body on Karl Towns. And Karl gets that ball in the post, initiates the contact on Scotty. I thought Scotty just did a good job recovering from that.
Abaji underneath on the pass from Barnes, lays it in. 53-40. 5:05 to go. First half. Brunson brings it front court. On the bounce against Abaji. Now Mobo jumps out on the switch. Towns has it top of the key against Abaji. Drives, lays it up, no good. Rebound on the ground. New York first to it. Towns drives, kicks it out. Anunoby, three, good. 56-40. New York by 16, biggest lead of the game. Barnes, cross-court pass intercepted. Here comes Brunson. To Bridges, pull up three in transition, got it. Timeout, Darko. New York by 19, 59-40, 4:22 to go, first half. We'll keep it here. The Knicks have gotten away, Javon. The horse is out of the barn. Going to be hard to track them down now.
Yeah, for Toronto, they just aren't getting anything good on the offensive end, right? And even on that last play there, Scotty just a little bit too urgent, right? Trying to make a pass. You get a turnover. Now New York's out in transition, and Mikal Bridges is getting a transition three, right? The possession before, New York ran some good offense and got the ball inside the paint. You got to kick out. OG knocks down a three. So that's now a 6-point swing for a team that's already in rhythm, opening this thing up to a 19-point lead, right? For the Raptors, it's all about, and I mentioned it before, right? Whether New York scores, they turn the basketball over, or you get a rebound. Toronto's really good when they get out in transition, right? If you can get that first look at about 2-3 seconds on the clock, put some pressure on the transition defense of New York, and then get into your secondary break where you catch New York scrambling and force the defense to scramble. So right now, just a bit too complacent offensively and really not getting anything productive there.
It's a 29-8 run for the Knicks over the last 5 minutes and 44 seconds in this second quarter. And hence the lead for New York, 59-40. Raptors trying to shut off the water right now as the Knicks open up their largest lead of the game at 19.
Yeah, it also hurts that the Raptors have had 5 turnovers just in this second quarter alone, right? They had 2 in the first, 7 total. Whereas New York has done a better job with that in the second quarter, where they had 5 in the first quarter and only 2 in the second quarter.
So let's see what the Raptors come up with. See if they can whittle it down a bit. As they trail by 19 now. They want to try and knock it down a bit, make it reasonable when they get to halftime.
Coming out of a timeout is where, right now, it's also a great way to get off to a better start, right? For the remaining 4 minutes and 22 seconds of this quarter, it's like you got to come out and be intentional, right? You can't come out, and we see it earlier in the game coming out of a timeout, and Raptors had a turnover, but you can't come out of this timeout right now, where this thing has been broken out to a 19-point lead, and you have a chance now to set up your offense, but you need something crisp. Guys got to be a bit more intentional, a bit more decisive on their cuts, on their screens, on their passing.
Barnes to Olynyk. Barrett, Abaji, and Grady also on the floor. And Towns reaches in and fouls Olynyk. Only the 7th foul of the game for New York. Raptors almost twice that already with 12. Raptor ball in the red, coming right to left. Olynyk, shot fake. Top of the lane, jumper, no good. Rebound, Achua. Here comes Brunson, front court. On the bounce against Barnes. Steps back, 3 in the air, short. Rebound, Barrett. Raptors push it. And they've got an offensive foul on Barnes. He was trying the long post up. And official J.D. Rawls calling Scotty on a push-off onto the basket. So here comes New York front court with a 19-point lead, 3:40 to go. First half. Brunson gets it to Anunoby, now to Hart. Achua and Bridges, the other Knick players on the floor. Brunson drive, pull up is short. Rebound Barrett. Outlet Barnes, Raptors on the run. Abaji far side, lays it up and in. Nice fast break basketball. Tom Thibodeau not liking that one. The Raptors bust out.
And that's exactly what I said, right? Raptors look so much better when they're running the basketball, right, and putting the pressure on the transition defense of New York. Abaji getting out into that right wing, right? Those first 2-3 steps, he creates a space on Brunson, and now Scottie has a lane, has a gap to give him that pass, and all you have to do is lay that basket up.
59-42. The Knicks still lead by 17, but Tom Thibodeau not happy with the defense, or maybe lack thereof, by the Knicks on that play. He calls a quick timeout. Very quickly, but right now the Knicks sit third in the East at 18-10, behind the Celtics and the Cavaliers.
And I think with a team like the Knicks, and we've seen it last year as well, obviously they bolstered this roster up a bit, but they're so dependent on their starting five that they can't afford any injuries to that starting five, right? They're getting about 96 points from those five and 20 fewest in the NBA from their bench. Right, we all know that Tibbs runs his guys into the ground, right? And if you're a player, you love it. Like, you want to be out there and playing those bulk minutes, but it comes at a cost sometimes, later on in the season. And they have, guys like OG that is, he's had some injuries in his past.
Yeah.
He had troubles there. Fortunately, they have Mikal Bridges, who is the reigning Iron Man. But, you always have to be mindful of that. And you mentioned it. Injuries can derail a team, but New York has done a good job. They started out slow, but they've come a long way in a short time with this team, especially on the offensive side of the floor.
Anunoby drive into the lane. Kicks it to Hart, far corner, left side. 3:05 to go first half. Hart drive, kick it out, Brunson swing. Bridges, corner three is good.
Play right there, getting that ball in the post, a good kick out to Brunson. Now you're playing 2-on-1. Grady Dick has a decision to make, and Brunson swings into that right corner for Bridges to knock down the three.
20-point lead, 62-42. Barnes steps back, his jumper good. Scottie looks to be back in rhythm a little bit tonight, Javon.
He is so good in that mid-post area. And it's because he's just shooting over top of the defense. He's getting balanced shots. He looks back in form, but he's only shot 1-3. Only shot 1-3. 12 points for him, 5 assists.
6 of 9 from the floor. Achua drives, baseline, cut off by Barnes. Precious now drives again, leans in. Scottie with good D. Rebound, here comes Toronto. Barnes up the far side, right wing, shakes on Achua. Gets into the lane, pull up, jumper at the nail, no good. Scottie was in his bag, unfortunately couldn't knock it down.
Little duffel, gone to duffel, showed you a little bit of the handles. We're in New York, so all New York guys, Rocker Park and
it's a Louis
Dykeman
duffel. It's a Louis duffel.
Yeah, it's a Louis duffel. Those guys like to handle it, so he's showing New York City what he's about.
Brunson drive in the lane, loses the handle, throws his hands up after he loses the ball, and gets the call. 1:42 to go, first half, 62-44 New York. Brunson on the line. Back rim. Somewhere my guy Rasheed Wallace is getting up from his chair, pointing his right finger down at the ground saying, ball don't lie, ball don't lie. Brunson's second free throw good, 63-44. Raptors down 19. Grady drives on Brunson and is fouled. Not sure what the discussion's about. Grady walks to the free throw line to get the ball and try to bring the Raptors a little closer. Minute 33. That's what's left in the first half. Raptors trailing New York 63-44. Grady free throw good. Only 2 points tonight for Grady, or make it 3 tonight for Grady. All from the free throw stripe. Second one good as well. The Raptors pick up full court. Abaji now backs off as Brunson brings it to the midcourt line. Barely gets it over, beating the 8 seconds. And they have Grady on a block. Wonder if Grady falls on that one. If he gets the charge. Probably not in New York against Brunson.
What was that respect factor?
Well,
that respect factor.
Respect? I call it perceptions. Again, the Raptors, I will beat this drum till somebody proves me wrong. They foul, according to the stats, more than anything else, any team in the league. That play on Grady, if he falls and it's an offensive foul, are they going to get the call? Or is it just going to be Brunson drives by him, now it's an advantage situation? But people will look at the stats and say Toronto fouls a lot, but those fouls are based on judgments. Barrett drives, gets to the hoop, and Achua fouls RJ as he goes to the line after getting right into the teeth of the defense. New York up 19, 65-46, 1:16 to play. And RJ Barrett will go to the line for 2 shots. First free throw halfway down and out for Barrett.
Okay.
1:16 to go until recess. Toronto down 65-47. It's an 18-point New York lead. Brunson front court. Double team, gets it to Hart. Swing it to Anunoby, to Achua. Corner 3 is good. Precious Achua knocks it down. And the Knicks all of a sudden back up by 20. 6 of 12 from distance this quarter for New York. Raptors 0 of 4. Barnes drives, slow walks Brunson to the basket and shoots it over him like he was his little brother in the playground. 68-49. Well, they're going to call Achua's jumper. Well, yeah, it is a 3. Brunson near side. Double team. His pass out to Hart. Swing it to Anunoby. Drive, and OG called on a travel. 37.9 seconds to go. First half. Barnes gets it to a cutting Abaji into the corner. Barrett, catch and shoot 3, bang for RJ Barrett in the bottom of the well. First 3 of the quarter for Toronto. On the night, they are 3 of 10. 68-52, making a little dent into what was a 21-point lead for New York. Brunson drives, cut off, gets it to Hart. Shot fake, drive into the lane, floats it up, no good. Rebound, Anunoby takes the rebound and knocks it in. Raptors push it front court. Bridges can't get the loose ball after it was tipped by Hart, and it'll stay with Toronto. 1.9 seconds to go. First half they trail 70-52. Barrett to inbound. They get it to Barnes. Turns, fires, no good over Josh Hart. Scotty's saying to Murat Kogut, the guy's pushing me in the waist, and the referees look at him and say no. Halftime at Madison Square Garden, 70-52, 18-point lead for New York. Jim Taddy, Warren Ward, Josh Lewenberg up next with halftime. You're listening to Tangerine Raptors basketball across the TSN radio network.
Touchdown. Great catch. Give me a high five. 5 minutes later. Interception. Awesome play. Give me a high five. 2 hours later.
Eddie, did you order 20 high five specials from 2 for $1 pizza?
You kept asking for high fives.
I meant, never mind. I'm hungry.
High five. Buy any large traditional pizza and get up to 3 medium 1-topping pizzas for just $5 each.
2 for $1 pizza. 2 for $1.
Breaking story from Alpine News Network. Sam had aspirations of opening a clothing boutique. She called Alpine Credits and was sent a speedy superhero to help with a business loan. Super speed doesn't translate to radio, but when our hero runs, she sounds like this. If you ran at the speed of light, you'd sound funny too. Own your home? Need a loan? Alpine Credits can help.
Alpine Credits, where homeowners get approved.
Just for license 12616.
And we're back.
I've got to say, what a thrill.
Couldn't agree more, Jeff. My blood is pumping.
Canadian Blood Services needs 450 new donors every day to keep Canada's lifeline strong.
And in the final quarter of the day, we have 55 left to... What's that?
Is that a new donor?
It's a new donor.
We're at 396. Only 54 left to go.
This is the 450 challenge. Let's get Canada's blood pumping.
Book an appointment today at blood.ca/450.
In Scarborough, there's this fire behind our eyes.
A passion in our bellies.
It's in the hearts of our neighbors.
The eyes of our nurses.
And the hands of our doctors.
It's what makes Scarborough, Scarborough.
In our hospitals, we do more than anyone thought possible, with less than anyone could imagine.
But it's time to imagine what we can do with more.
Join Scarborough Health Network, and together,
we can turn grit into greatness.
Donate at lovescarborough.ca.
This holiday season, you have the power to make a meaningful difference in your community. Support Trillium Health Partners, and when you donate, your gift will be matched, doubling your impact at your local hospital and allowing countless patients to get a fresh, healthy start to their new year. Together, we can ensure that everyone receives the care they need to thrive. Visit trilliumgiving.ca to donate now and create lasting change that will extend
100,000 nurses hired since 2018. It's care, when and where you need it. See all the ways we're connecting you to care at ontario.ca/yourhealth. Paid for by the Government of Ontario.
Walmart is the #1 place to save on groceries. This holiday season, you can enjoy a delicious meal for a family of 4 for less than $40. That's under $10 per person. Visit walmart.ca for more details.
Tangerine Raptors basketball is on TSN 1050. The Raptors live here.
And trail at the break, 70-52. The Knicks all over the Raptors in that second quarter. Welcome to Raptors at the Half, Tangerine Raptors basketball. Jim Taddy, Warren Ward, and Josh Lewenberg. And Warren, I want to go to the start of that second quarter. It started out, and all of a sudden, before you knew it, the Knicks had an 18-4 run and pretty well claimed the first half.
Exactly, and I called it. I was at 15-2 as soon as OG had a dunk, and they called timeout. And then you look up at the score, and there's the difference in the ball game thus far. I thought the first quarter, just like yesterday, very competitive. I thought even though Toronto didn't really shoot the ball from three that well, they still were in the game. And then the Knicks' depth just kind of took over, and that's a part when you have health. You can afford to do that. I don't think anyone would expect Cameron Payne to score 14 points in 9 minutes, but that is what happened. And, subsequently, that is probably one of the bigger differences in the game. I think officiating was a bit harsh. I think there were some calls that were missed, including a massive travel that wasn't called. That has helped Cat, kind of dominate the Raptors. But without Jakob Poeltl there to rebound and just be that presence inside, it's been an uphill battle from that second quarter onward.
Yeah, well said. So, Josh, Payne absolutely lights up, big part of that run. But the Raptors don't have an offensive board. That's a bit of a problem.
Yeah, I mean, there are a few problems here. Cameron Payne, I mean, you mentioned him. He's one of them. He had a brief cup of coffee with the Raptors in 2019. If you blinked, you may have missed it. But yeah, he tends to go off whenever he plays this team that I think he feels probably wronged him a little bit, cutting him in training camp just ahead of the season. But yeah, I mean, there are a couple players that the Raptors have had issues with in the first half. Payne is a bit more surprising than the other two. I mean, obviously, Karl Anthony Towns and OG Anunoby are players that would feature pretty prominently in Toronto's scouting report. Towns, as you guys mentioned, just so big and physical, and I'm not sure that the Raptors would have an answer for him even if they were at full strength. I mean, Pirtle isn't the perfect matchup for a guy like Towns because, of course, Cat can really pull you out onto the perimeter, knock down jumpers. He's such a tough cover, but just in terms of his sheer strength and physicality, that, of course, is where you miss having a guy like Yak, and certainly asking a rookie like Mobo to go out there and guard Towns is a tough ask. And then Anunoby, it's interesting because with the Raptors, like, you know that he's so big and so strong, but you don't necessarily associate him with physicality on the floor. With OG, it was more like his offensive game is more of a spot-up shooter. He's a defender, and that's where you sort of associate the physicality coming in more than on the offensive end. But he's really playing bully ball tonight. We saw him overpower his former teammate Chris Boucher in the post. He's had his way with sophomore Grady Dick, who put on a few pounds over the summer, but still probably isn't physically strong enough to keep up with OG. So yeah, this is just an elite offense that the Knicks have, a second-ranked offense in the NBA that is really picking on a struggling Raptors defense that is missing a few key pieces, as we know.
Yeah, Warren, Scotty Barnes and RJ doing their best. 14 points for Scotty. RJ has 4 rebounds at 11 points, but they need more, right?
Yeah, and I think one of the aspects and areas where they can try and get more is, in transition. I mean, that's been one of the better areas for this team, but the Knicks have been the one to actually dominate in that, in that area. They have 16 points in comparison to 6. I thought whenever the Raptors did get out on, in transition, it went well for them. So they have to continue doing that, and that will hopefully get other people involved. I think the Knicks half-court defense, especially with Cat there, even though he's not the greatest shot blocker, he is still 7 feet tall. So, they have a lot of length in the half-court, and they're much stronger and much more experienced than this young Raptors team. You look at a guy like OG, as Josh said, very, very physical player, extremely strong. So all that in the half-court doesn't really benefit the Raptors. They have to try and find a way to get it and run.
Josh, Jacoby Walter in his last game, 27 points, fouled up. It was a going concern. Off the bench, 14 minutes, 6 points. What's your take on his performance?
Yeah, I've been impressed, especially early on. He had that play where he dove for the loose ball, wrestled it away from McBride on the court, and that led to a transition opportunity for the Raptors. And it's something that I've talked about for a while now, is that despite his age, he's just 20 years old, he's got this knack for being in the right place at the right time. He's got this nose for the ball. He always seems to be going after it. He plays with so much energy, and it's something, again, that it fits in really well with this group. I mean, obviously he started last night and had a big game, but coming off the bench, that's something that you associate this Raptors second unit with is energy. So I like the energy that he came into the game with. One other thing that I'll mention, because you mentioned Scotty Barnes earlier, I will say he took a lot of heat, justifiably so, yesterday. I've been impressed with what I've seen so far. He's still not moving great. He's clearly limited by the ankle or the hip or both. He's not getting to the rim, but I like that he's making a concerted effort to get to his spot on the block where he has the size, strength, and smarts to shoot over people and to make plays. He's done a really good job of that today. He's not himself. He's not 100%, but he's finding a way to make an impact, and that's what great players do.
He has 5 assists to go with the 14 points. So let's end on this, Ward. I mean, this is an 18-point deficit. It's on the road. So how do the Raptors go about containing this situation?
Well, I'm going to sound very cliche, but it's pretty simple. It's one possession at a time. You want to chip into the lead. You're down 18. I mean, if you first 5 minutes of the third quarter, any basketball coach will tell you it's very, very important. So if they can come out and put together a little bit of a run, maybe a 6 or 8-0 run, it cuts the deficit right in half, and then you're back in the game. But it's that simple. One possession at a time. They're not out this game at all. There are 2 quarters left. If New York doesn't come out and try and put the game away, the Raptors have just as much a chance as anyone else. They can easily score 40 points in a quarter. So I'm not surprised, or I wouldn't be surprised if they were to mount a comeback. It's just one possession at a time and strike in that in that first 5-minute window.
Gentlemen, thanks very much. The Raptors First Half Stat is brought to you by your Ontario Subaru dealers. Get more value out of every kilometer in a Subaru, starting with award-winning safety at your local Subaru dealer. So some numbers: assists. Knicks have 17 on 24 buckets, and the Raptors have 12 on 20. Paint points, 28-24 for the Knicks. Fast break points, 16-6 for the Knicks. Rebounds, second chance opportunities or points, 0 for the Raptors. 4 rebounds, 12 points for the Knicks. Turnovers to points, 8 for both. So they both turned it over 8 times and given the other team 8 points. And from the bench, the Knicks have a 23-14 lead. But more importantly, on the scoreboard, it's 70-52. This is Tangerine Raptors basketball on TSN 1050.
At Tangerine, we're fans of fans who are invested in the game. Like Gary, who lies with reckless abandon every time he's invited out on game night, so he doesn't have to miss game night. Sorry, it's mating season for my pet squid. My e-scooter is out of gas. I ate a beanless burrito? My shoulder blade feels dull. I'm traveling to the 16th century? That's how Gary fans. And we're fans of Gary. This is how we fan. Tangerine, the official bank of the Toronto Raptors.
Whatever the weather, CMC Markets is here to help. Planning for a rainy day? Enjoy $0 commission on U.S. and Canadian share CFDs. Riding out the storm? Get ahead of the curve with lightning-fast execution speeds. Blue skies ahead? Go with the trusted broker backed by over 30 years experience. Switch to CMC Markets and join over 275,000 global traders. Learn more at cmcmarkets.ca. FX spreads apply. CFDs involve a high degree of risk. Member Canadian Investor Protection Fund. Umbrella not included.
TSN Plus is taking game day to a whole new level with NFL Red Zone.
Absolutely incredible!
Subscribe now for every touchdown from every game, every Sunday afternoon. NFL Red Zone, available on TSN Plus.
For 40 years, listeners have pondered why Pizzaville begins every ad with these now immortal words.
It was a rainy day in Pizzaville when I realized...
Questions like these have perplexed mankind for millennia. What is the meaning of life? What is the true nature of the universe? Will Toronto ever win the cup? Next up, is Netflix going behind the scenes of It Was a Rainy Day? Pizzaville, 40 years of funny.
McDavid, Stützle, Matthews, Crosby, Forsberg, Bedard.
This kid is out of this world.
Who will be next?
Can you believe it?
Hockey history begins at the World Juniors. Boxing Day on TSN.
First Up with Korolnik and Koliakovo. Weekday morning 6 till 10 on TSN 1050.
You ain't first, you're last.
Raptors trailing the Knicks 70-52 as we get set to start the third quarter. Toronto down 18. Third quarter action delivered by 2-for-1 Pizza. Give yourself a high five. Buy any large traditional pizza and get up to 3 medium one-topping pizzas for $5 each. 2-for-1pizza.com. Raptors had a couple of double-figure scorers. Barnes with 14, Barrett with 11, but that's it for everybody else. The Knicks with 3 guys in double figures. Karl Anthony Towns with 16, OG with 13, and Cameron Payne off the bench with 14. See if the Raptors can kind of get something going, try to get something going.
Yeah, I think one thing that worked in that first half was mid-post Scotty. Where in the second half, you want to see the Raptors feature him a bit more there. 14 points from him, 5 assists out of that mid-post work. RJ getting right to the mid-post early.
And scoring it. Raptors on the board first, 70-54, as Barrett gets it down. Brunson back, Knicks in the white, and they come right to left. Towns drives on Abaji, spins, cut off by Barnes, who you might be able to hear on our courtside mic said, I hit the ball, but to no avail. He's going to get called on the foul.
Third foul there.
Karl Anthony Towns will go to the line for 2. Is he the guy that helps push New York over the top this year? I mean, if you look at the standings and a potential matchup with Boston, he's a guy that can play that Porzingis type role, right? The stretch big, rebound.
I think, they match up really well. I think the part that's in question for me is they have so many mouths to feed. When Towns is not touching the basketball, when Brunson's not touching basketball, how committed are they going to be on the defensive end of the floor?
That's the key, right? Especially in the playoffs. Free throw, 1 of 2. 71-52. Barnes backs in on Hart. Into the lane, turns, lots of contact. The jumper, no good. Rebound, Grady can't squeeze it. Out of bounds to New York. No more contact on that shot by Scotty Barnes than there was when they called Barnes for the foul on Towns. As a matter of fact, I would argue there was more there. Brunson brings it front court. Backs down against Abaji. Now uses a screen from Anunoby, gets into the middle. Kicks it to Bridges. 3 up top, short, standing rebound Barrett. Raptors break out 4 on 3. Barrett to Abaji. Pass a little tough to handle for Ochai, and it's turned over. Back comes Hart in the lane, loses the handle. Bridges stands up with the ball in the lane. Gets it to Brunson, drive, and lay it in. Knicks 73, Raptors 54. Abaji back, his 3, no good. Here comes New York back, and they turn it over. Grady on a run out to Jacoby Walter, who jams it down. Raptors cut the lead 73-56. We hit the 10-minute mark, third quarter. Brunson on Abaji up top. Just off center, far side, right wing. Now to Hart between the circles, touching the logo at center. Sweeps, drives left into the lane, has it stripped by Walter. Hits Hart on the way. Up, ball out of bounds. It'll go to Toronto. Technical foul on Josh Hart. We heard the whistle. We didn't see it, but we heard the whistle. And you could hear the in-house PA system with the call. Free throw, no good. By Scotty Barnes. But here come the Raptors. They have the ball, and they will come front court. In the red from left to right. Barrett steps back, 3 in the air, no good. Rebound tipped away, goes right to Grady. Drives, spins in the lane, scoops it up, no good, but fouls his miss and tips the loose change back in the machine. 73-58. Raptors cut the lead to 15. Down as many as 21. Hart gets it to Brunson. Off center, far side, right wing. Between the circles, now dribbles to the middle. Spins on Jacoby Walter. Pull-up jumper, got it. 14 feet, near elbow, left side.
Brunson pulls up at the right spot. As soon as Walter and Scotty are deciding on who's staying and who's switching.
Corner three, no good. And they jostle for the rebound. It goes out of bounds off New York to Toronto. 75-58. Knicks lead it by 17. And the call made by referee Rawls, he called an 8-second violation. And Javon, I've been watching very carefully. Brunson has been very close to those. Abaji in front of him giving token pressure, and it's been like that all night.
Go get it.
Grady in the lane, throws it up with contact, no foul call. Here comes New York. Anunoby, corner three, good. 78-58, 20-point lead. Barnes drives, kicks it out. They swing it. Grady's three in the air is good. 78-61, Raptors cut the lead back to 17. Eight minutes to go, third quarter. Brunson drives on Jacoby Walter. Double team comes. Kicks it to Hart. Drives into the lane. Floats it up. Blocked by Barnes. And they've got the foul on Jacoby Walter.
Jonesy, that foul count for the Raptors piling up. 17 personal fouls.
And we just...
New York's 9.
We just saw Hart drive, and he's going down the lane with the left hand. He leans his right shoulder into Walter. Like, what happened to all of these things that we were told in the referees meeting about basketball plays and unusual launch angles? And it's all chatter right now to me, I'm sorry to say. Josh Hart knocks down 2 free throws. (80-61) New York by 19. Barrett up top. Drives on Bridges. Spins into the lane. Floats it up and in. Amidst the traffic and the jumble of the Manhattan downtown subway, the Knicks can't stop Barrett. Brunson drives. Gets it to Towns down the lane. Misses the layup. And they're going to call a foul, and Scotty Barnes with a look of incredulity on his face. Looking up at the Jumbotron, the video board, in exasperation as Karl Towns walks to the line for 2. Towns' first free throw good. 7:26 third quarter, 81-63 New York.
Hell no. Turn it to my pocket. I got kids. I need college.
Second free throw, no good. Rebound, Toronto. Barnes, front court. Gets it to Abaji in the lane to Jacoby Walter. Into the corner. Abaji catch and shoot 3, no good. Rebound, Hart. Flips away from him, goes to Towns, back to Hart, up the left side. Lowers his shoulder. Kicks it out to Anunoby. His pass to Brunson is in the back court. Yeah, and they finally call the over and back. Referee J.D. Rawls has had enough of Brunson's complaining. On the 8-second, now the over and back, and Brunson didn't give up the ball right away, nailed him with a delay of game. Abaji 3, no good. Far side, left wing. Here come the Knicks, front court, leading by 18. Towns lays it up and in. 83-63 New York. 6:40 to go, third quarter. Barrett drives, and he's held by Brunson.
That's where you got to recognize if you're the Raptors. Like Scotty Barnes has Jalen Brunson matched up on him. RJ goes to a pick and roll, which now, essentially he's now matched up with Brunson and no longer have that matchup with Scotty Barnes, right? Quick hitters, quick matchups, got to find them quick.
Let's take a break. 6:42, third quarter, 83-63, New York in front. You're listening to Tangerine Raptors basketball on TSN 1050 Toronto.
With a turbocharged engine, fuel-efficient econ mode, and tons of cargo space, the 2025 Honda CR-V was made for winter adventures. But with heated front seats, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, and a cozy interior, you may want to stay in its comforts a little bit longer. Lease the CR-V LX two-wheel drive from $99 weekly at 2.99% APR for 28 months with $2,100 down. But hurry, Honda Stretch Lease offers end January 2nd. OAC conditions apply. Includes $1,500 lease bonus. See HondaOntario.com.
Alpine News Network is here live with one of our superheroes.
People sometimes ask, sure, you can consolidate people's debts using telekinesis, but what else can you do? As if changing lives isn't enough. Well, I can also use my power to make it rain hot dogs. It's still not as cool as consolidating debts into one easy payment, though.
Own your home? Need a loan? Alpine Credits can help.
Alpine Credits, where homeowners get approved. FSRA license 12616.
Celebrate the new year with the Toronto Rock on Saturday, December 28th, 7 p.m. at Paramount Fine Foods Center in Mississauga. It's the Rock and the Ottawa Black Bears in National Lacrosse League action. Punch your ticket at torontorock.com. Happy holidays, Rock City.
The world is changing, and Upskills for Work Get Started resources can help you adapt, learn new skills, and build confidence. Get Started is free and easy to use. Improve your skills for work and life. Get started today at upskillsforwork.ca.
TSN 1050. Listen anywhere. Stream us on iHeartRadio, the TSN app, or on Apple CarPlay. TSN 1050. Everywhere you want it.
6:42, third quarter, 83-63. New York leads Toronto as the Raptors will disband for some family time at Christmas before they head to Memphis. Ben Stiller, Dave Winfield, as we mentioned already, Tim Thomas, the great Bernard King, Stephon Marbury, all these great stars in New York at the game. Grady takes the inbound, lays it in. Toronto gets an easy one out of the timeout. Cutting the lead to 18, 83-65. Brunson, front court, drives on Mobo, cuts him off. (85-65) New York. Mobo to Jacoby Walter in the lane, off balance, puts it up and in. Could have been a bump on Hart, but no call. Towns up top, walks into a three and knocks it down.
Mobo's got to take away his space, just like he's doing in that first quarter, right? As soon as he catches the basketball, you got to be right up on him.
88-67, New York by 21. Brunson tries to jump out on a flying switch against Barrett, and he's called for the block. (88-67). New York by 21. Barrett up top against Anunoby. Raptors in the red, coming left to right. Gets a switch on Bridges. Brunson comes on the double and takes it away. On the drive, Brunson is fouled, as I give Jacoby Walter credit. He ran Brunson down, but they're going to call the foul on Walter. I give the youngster credit, man. He was doing his best Usain Bolt, man. He was hauling tail, getting back there. Stores on fire. Stores on fire. They get it to Towns on the inbound. New York by 21. It's their biggest lead of the game. 5.5 third quarter. Anunoby in the lane lays it up, no good. But he will get free throws.
Gets a tight curl to the basket. Defender is a little late. Just gets caught with Walter under the basket. And they've done it a couple times tonight where they've looked for OG against Grady, against Walter on cuts to the basket.
It's the size right now, Javon, of New York.
Yeah.
Getting into the lane, Towns finishing, occasionally stretching the floor, but the Raptors are a team that usually does damage in the paint. Tonight being outscored 36-32. Really hurts not having Jakob Poeltl.
Yeah, you know what, as well as it fast break. Raptors are one of the better fast break teams in the league and being outrun there, 19-8.
Mobo in the lane, comes right down Broadway, lays it in and is fouled. So send the USF man to the line for one. Raptors down 89-69. Battle with a nice drive, and he finds a cutting Mobo.
Battle gets the advantage on Brunson, who's out of the play, gambling. And now you're essentially playing 2-on-1 with Karl Towns. And the right decision by Battle, giving it up to Mobo.
Free throw good by Mobo. 89-70. New York by 19. We tick towards 5 minutes, third quarter. Do the Raptors have a run in them? Got to start with some defense. And Knicks shooting 58% right now. Brunson drives by Grady, and the foul called on Grady. The Toronto over the limit, and that will send Brunson to the line for a couple of free throws. First one up and down for Jalen Brunson. Second one by Brunson rattles, doesn't go down. And the Raptors snag the rebound and bring it front court. Mobo against Towns, gets it to Barrett. Open three, far side, left wing, short. Rebound Towns. Long outlet to Anunoby, who jams it down. Kind of held Barrett off with one hand on the long outlet. Knicks up 22. Barrett to Mobo. On the elbow, far side, left wing, gets it to Mitchell. Davion, cross court to RJ. Gets into the lane, floats it up, takes a lap, doesn't go down. It's saved by New York as it was going out of bounds. Here come the Knicks. Brunson.
You know, that can't happen, right? Just getting outrun by Brunson. The strongest player on the floor, the first down the court, runs right by Davion on the weak side. Wasn't sure if Davion even seen him, and Josh Hart with a great cross-court bounce pass between Abaji and Mitchell for Brunson's easy two.
So Darko wants a timeout. We'll take a break. 94-70 New York, 4:23 third quarter. You're listening to Tangerine Raptors basketball on TSN 1050 Toronto.
Ah, at last, the Subaru winter is here. It's the perfect weather for the beach. Feel the sun's rays on the small amount of skin peeking out of your ski mask. Put on your beach puffer and hear the sound of the waves crashing over the chatter of your teeth. Get out there in winter like it's summer with standard symmetrical full-time all-wheel drive and advanced safety systems. Your holiday bonus awaits. Visit your local Subaru dealer for details.
Alpine News Network is here live with one of our superheroes.
Joe and Lucy needed a new roof and reached out to Alpine Credits. I flew over to help them with a home renovation loan. I suggested they transform their house into a giant robot head, beams that shoot from the eyes. Pew, pew! Instead, they just went with shingles. But it's pretty glorious.
Own your home? Need a loan? Alpine Credits can help.
Alpine Credits, where homeowners get approved.
Fiscal license 12616.
Clarifying the rules around air travel compensation. This is Heather Butts. Tonight on CTV National News, what the federal government is pressing the airlines to do now to take care of you. Full details tonight at 11 and at ctvnews.ca.
The holiday Big Check event is on now at Sport Check. From December 12th to 24th, shop savings up to 60% off. Find amazing deals on top brands such as Nike, Under Armour, Oakley, Columbia, and more. Say it with sport this holiday season.
Overdrive, Toronto's favorite way to drive home. Weekdays 4 to 7 on TSN 1050.
94-70. New York leading by 24. Largest lead of the game, 4:23 to go, third quarter. Toronto undermanned and really having a hard time with the size tonight, especially Anunoby. 19 points on 8 of 8. He's only taken 2 threes, and we see him getting inside. I can recall at least 3 of his field goals, or 4 of them being dunks.
And give New York credit for, recognizing those matchups or having a game plan where we're going to exploit something, and it's not the modern day, hey, we're going ISO, or we're going for a number of threes, right? They found something that worked under the basket, around the rim, and utilized it.
Raptors out of the timeout, get Jamison Battle a good look, and he can't knock it down. 94-70. New York with the lead. Brunson front court. Gets it to Anunoby. Squares. Barnes cuts him off. OG steps back and knocks it down. (96-70) New York. Barnes steps back. 3. No good. Far side. Here come the Knicks. Brunson gets into the lane, kicks to Anunoby. OG, corner 3, good again. OG is cooking. And they've got an offensive foul called on Toronto. It'll go on Scotty Barnes. New York blowing this one open right now, leading by 29 with 3:18 to go. Third quarter, 14-3 run in the last 2.5 minutes for the Knicks. Anunoby into the lane, floats it up and in. 101-70. Back comes Barnes, floats it up and in on the other end. Long way to go still. I'm not sure I like the body language on the Raptors right now. They're just being a dance partner right now.
Everybody's going through the motion.
Yeah.
Almost looks like token defense or shell defense.
Mitchell, corner 3, good. Down the bottom of the well for Davion Mitchell. 101-75, the lead 26, but it was up to 31. Let's see if the Raptors can make any kind of noise. 2:10 to go, third quarter. Brunson, deep 3, no good. Rebound Barnes. Outlet Mitchell. Davion drives, gets it to Battle, down the lane for the jam. Jamison Battle.
Pretty athletic.
Yeah, that'll be on his own personal highlight reel. Down the lane, right down Broadway for a jam in New York.
Seen that, just a step inside the free throw line. Davion holding up in transition and a little delayed pass, and man, he caught that back, the left-handed joint.
Anunoby 3, got it.
OG's rolling.
Yeah, he's in a groove. 26 points.
In a groove. 29 points for him with that three-pointer there.
Yeah, 29. Scorekeeper a little late on me. 11 of 12, 3 of 4 from distance. 29-7-4 for OG. Raptors inbound. Sideline out of bounds, far side, left wing. 16 in the third quarter for OG. Scotty's three, no good. Achua will bring it front court. Out there with McBride, Bridges, Brunson, and Anunoby. Brunson up top. Gets a switch on Battle. Gets into the lane. Kicks it out. Anunoby, another three. This one no good. Rebound Barnes. Scotty up the middle of the court. Gets into the lane on Brunson. Lays it up and in, and a foul. Great low gather with the arms extended. James Harden somewhere is smiling. 104-79 as Scotty will go to the line for a free throw. Karl Anthony Towns back in. Jalen Brunson will sit down. Scotty free throw up and down. He's got 19. Still a big hill to climb. 104-80 New York. Minute to go, third quarter. McBride on the baseline, near side, left wing. Knicks into white, coming right to left. McBride drives on Battle and lays it up and in. Barnes underneath, lays it in. A little post up. Davion Mitchell with the lob over the top. Scotty now with 21. Towns, a running start into the lane, goes for the dunk, doesn't get it, but it kind of crawls over the rim. Raptors hustle it back the other way. Battle, shot fake, drive inside, kicks it to Barnes. Scotty on the dribble against Achua. Plays screen and roll with Mitchell. Kicks it to Battle, shot clock at 7. Scotty drive into the lane on McBride, lay it up, no good, rebound Achua. 8 seconds to go, third quarter. Bridges, catch and shoot three is good. 111-82, and that's the way the third quarter ends after the Bridges three.
Yeah, this quarter here, the Raptors, they just look like a much younger team. Didn't really look disciplined, didn't really look like they knew what they were doing on either end of the floor. And the New York Knicks, and you mentioned it earlier, they have a different type of agenda this year. They have a championship agenda, and they play like it in this third quarter.
So we'll come back for the last lap of the track. New York way in front, 111-82. You're listening to Tangerine Raptors basketball across the TSN radio network.
At Tangerine, we're fans of fans who are invested in the game. Like Mary, who stands 5 inches away from her 55-inch flat-screen TV and yells at it even though she knows no one on the TV can hear a word she's saying. Is it effective? There's no evidence. Do we support her? Yeah. Screaming at the TV for all 4 quarters. That's how Mary fans. And we're fans of Mary. This is how we fan. Tangerine, the official bank of the Toronto Raptors.
Whatever the weather, CMC Markets is here to help. Planning for a rainy day? Enjoy $0 commission on U.S. and Canadian share CFDs. Riding out the storm? Get ahead of the curve with lightning-fast execution speeds. Blue skies ahead? Go with the trusted broker backed by over 30 years experience. Switch to CMC Markets and join over 275,000 global traders. Learn more at cmcmarkets.ca. FX spreads apply. CFDs involve a high degree of risk. Member Canadian Investor Protection Fund. Umbrella not included.
In Scarborough, there's this fire behind our eyes.
A passion in our bellies.
It's in the hearts of our neighbors.
The eyes of our nurses.
And the hands of our doctors.
It's what makes Scarborough, Scarborough.
In our hospitals, we do more than anyone thought possible, with less than anyone could imagine.
But it's time to imagine what we can do with more.
Join Scarborough Health Network, and together,
we can turn grit into greatness.
Donate at lovescarborough.ca.
There's no better way to drive home than with Hayes, Noodles, and the O-Dog. Overdrive every weekday, 4 to 7 p.m. on TSN 1050.
111-82. Knicks with the lead as we hit the fourth quarter. Fourth quarter action is powered by CMC Markets. Take your trading to the next level with $0 commission on stocks. New York will bring it front court from right to left in the white uniforms. Towns, McBride, Bridges, Cameron Payne, and Precious Achiuwa on the floor for the white-shirted Knicks. Bridges, his jumper's good. You know, there's a lot of talk about, he's changed his shot at the beginning of the year. He's 5 of 8 tonight. I don't remember the 3 that he's missed. Olynyk, 3 up top. Got the roll. Kelly hit the front rim and had legs to crawl up and in, and
shooter's touch.
Yep, go down the bottom of the well. 113-85. The Knicks toying with the Raptors in that third quarter. Towns inside to Achiuwa for the dunk.
Everybody ball watching there. Kelly getting caught watching the basketball, and Precious Achiuwa on the cut over the top and gets behind Kelly for the easy 2.
Cameron Payne hassling Grady into a turnover, and then Olynyk forced to have a transition take foul on Achiuwa. I think that's the first one I've seen this year. It was such a focus last year. Now they're going to review it, but so Olynyk was the guilty party as they look at the transition take foul. Like, I don't understand why they have to look at it. It either is or it isn't. Like, what am I looking at? Kelly did foul him. If their judgment, he was trying to prevent a fast break, then it's a transition take foul. I mean, I guess you could call it that, but the other 2 guys, in terms of the fast break, were behind the ball handler. It's not like there was an advantage situation where, I mean, they don't call the foul on Cameron Payne. Maybe when they go back, they can look and see Cameron Payne fouling fouling Grady Dick. But again, this is one of those ones that I'm talking about. And I'm making my point tonight passionately and with fervor that judgment call against the Raptors now will say a foul, and it will go on the stats as a foul. And the Raptors, you look at the column and say, well, they foul more than anybody else.
Right. Yep.
But the antecedent of that is a judgment call by the official, where they, in my eyes, missed a foul on the ball handler that caused the turnover that led to that. So, hey man, anybody wants to come at me with it or talk to me about it? I've been watching, playing, and involved in basketball since 1970. So this ain't my first birthday party. So Mark Lindsay with the announcement. I agree that I would have called that. I would have called that a foul to stop the break. Achiuwa was going by, backing up Kelly Olynyk. But we are at Christmas time, and that is the first and I watch a lot of basketball. I'd love to know what the stats are on that. That is the first transition take foul I have seen in a game with the Raptors all year. Do you remember another one, Javon? Certainly not in the games that we've done.
Not that we've done, no.
115-85, the lead 30. McBride kicks to Bridges. Jumper near side, no good. Rebound Olynyk. Outlet Grady. Out to RJ. Pull up three. Far side. No good. Rebound Boucher. Fouled by Achua underneath as Boucher tried to muscle it up and in. Good job by Chris. Good energy on the rebound. And then right away trying to apply the stick back.
Yeah, and you know what? He did a good job. He knows that the shot went up on the strong side, left side of the floor. You know, a transition three from RJ did a good job of being the first off of the floor. Didn't allow himself to be boxed out. And then when he comes down with it, the strong gather and Precious just leaning his body on Chris Boucher as he's trying to go up, where Chris picks up the foul. He draws the foul.
Free throw good by Chris. Raptors trail 115-87. Cameron Payne turns the corner. Gets it to Towns. Drives on Olynyk. Pivoting in the lane and floats it up and in. 117-87. RJ drive. Pass underneath to Scotty. Knocked away. Bounces it off Achua. Ball goes to the ground. Off Towns. Out of bounds. It'll be Toronto ball. Barrett to inbound. No, tries to get it to Olynyk, and Towns steps in and steals it. Careless turnover by the Raptors. Cameron Payne, three, good. 120-87. Barrett drive in the lane, lays it up and in. No foul call on Towns as he had RJ off balance after the lay-in. McBride on the bounce, near side, left wing. New York in white, coming right to left. Bridges drives, loses the handle, out of bounds. It'll go to Toronto. Grady step back three. No good, but they've got the foul called on Payne. Tried to fight through the screen by Olynyk. Barnes inbounds. Gets it to Olynyk. Up top, Scotty gets it back. Drives left into the far corner. Boucher, three is good. Down the bottom of the well for Chris Boucher. Raptors 6 of 23 from distance tonight. They make a steal there, and here comes Chris Boucher. Gets it to Barnes. Scotty into the lane to RJ. Puts it up, no good, but fouled by Towns.
Chris Boucher, good job starting the transition there. You have a 4-on-3. Give it up to a better ball handler, better decision maker in transition. And Scotty finds RJ running down the center of the floor.
First and two.
Free throw good by RJ.
Ball game. Hey, Cat. Release, man. Release, man. Right here, bro. Drop it.
120-94. Here comes Cam Payne, who's got a season high 17 points. Screen and roll situation. Jumps out. Olynyk jumps out to guard Cam Payne. And Olynyk not happy about the way the foul occurred. Having something to say to the official. Achua inside, floats it up, no good. Rebound tipped away. McBride has it. To Towns underneath to Achua. Jump hook up, no good. Towns over the back of Scotty Barnes. Man, the Knicks with impunity on the glass. You see footsteps up the back of some of the Raptor uniforms.
That one there, you could see Carl Towns almost used
Stepladder Barnes.
Barnes as a ladder, as a step.
120-94. Scotty hustles it front court. 8:35. Fourth quarter, and McBride called on the foul. RJ had him in jail, posted up under the basket.
That's one of the things that the Raptors have done well tonight, and they've gotten really good things. I think that's something you go back and you watch film on and just see the positive things you've got in transition.
Yes.
The basketball is advanced, right? And you're doing a good job running the floor and also pinning in the defense, right? If you are ahead, the first one down the floor, there's one defender back, and you can pitch that defense on your top side or pin the defense on your backside under the rim. The Raptors have either picked up fouls or gotten baskets on those possessions.
120-96, Barrett. Free throws are good. He's got 21 on his return to New York. Tied for top honors on the Raptors squad with Scotty Barnes. Bridges drives, kicks it cross court, intercepted by Boucher. Gets it to Barrett. Into the corner. Grady, catch and shoot. Three is good. Smart move by Chris to not force the issue and give it up at midcourt.
And again, he's had this twice now that he's had the basketball in transition, gives it up to a better ball handler and allows them to make the decision.
Payne lays it up and in near baseline left side. Olynyk down to Barnes. Scotty drives on Bridges, floats it up, no good. Short shot, couldn't get it. It was an easy one, he couldn't get down. He hasn't missed many of those tonight. Scotty 10 of 19 for 21 points. McBride into the lane for the jam. 124-99.
Plays like that, right? That's a big reason why the Knicks are shooting 61%, just under 62%.
Boucher drops a three in the bottom of the well. Chris 4 of 5 tonight for 14 points. All of his buckets from distance. Bridges into the corner to Achua. Back to Bridges on Boucher. Jabs, jumper, no good. Rebound, tipped up. Towns comes down with it and lays it in. 31 for Karl Anthony Towns. 126-102. Barrett down low on McBride. Backs him in. RJ turns, puts it up, and is fouled by McBride. So we got a timeout on the floor. 6:41 to go. Fourth quarter, we approach the top of the stretch. New York with a sizable lead, 126-102. Listen to Tangerine Raptors basketball on TSN 1050 Toronto.
What the flock?
Excuse me?
What the flock? These wings are amazing.
What the flock? I mean, what are you talking about?
What the flock wings? Try one.
These are delicious. I bet the kids will love them.
Yeah, but maybe we should call them WTF wings in front of the kids?
Seriously?
Oh, yep. Now I'm hearing it.
Get the What the Flock family combo. 20 wings, garlic bread, large potato wedges, 4 cans of pop, served with celery, carrots, and 2 dips for just $46.99. Order now on Uber Eats or skip the dishes. Or visit WTFlockWings.com.
From the biggest stadiums to the coziest holes in the wall. From house parties to porch hangs to pride celebrations. From your favorite fuzz shop to your local Indian spot. From noodle bars to sports bars to salsa bars. There's a Molson with your name on it. Canadian Ultra XL. Molson. Everyone in. Must be legal drinking age.
Whether it's towing your big toys or hauling gear for the job site, the Toyota Tundra handles it all without breaking a sweat. By the end, you'll be standing there wishing you could high-five that truck. That's what we call being Tundra-struck. It's time to be impressed. It's time to Toyota. Lease a 2025 Tundra 4x4 Crewmax SR from $141 weekly for 28 months at 4.99% with $5,800 down. Visit shoptoyota.ca or your local Ontario Toyota dealer today.
TSN 1050. Listen anywhere. Stream your favorite shows in your car. Available on Apple CarPlay via the iHeartRadio app. TSN 1050. Everywhere you want it.
126-102 New York. 6:41 to go. We approach the top of the stretch. Fourth quarter. The Knicks will play at noon on Christmas Day, and there are 4 other games. It'd be great to watch all those games on Christmas Day. I don't think all of them are Christmas Day worthy games, but back in the day as a kid, Christmas Day, you might have got a college football bowl game. Then it progressed where you would get 2 NBA games, kind of one really good one in the East with maybe the conference championship rematch. Or
yeah, I'm kind of disappointed that OKC didn't get a Christmas Day game.
4 of the top 6 teams, Javon, look at the standings in the league. 4 of the top 6 are not playing Christmas Day. No Boston, no Memphis, no OKC. And we've defaulted to, well, let's just put the Stars on TV, whether their teams are good or not. I mean, Phoenix, Denver.
The Stars aren't starring anymore, Jonesy.
Phoenix, Denver's a good game, but I'd rather see like Boston, OKC on Christmas Day. Just me, though. RJ Barrett knocks down 2 free throws. I hear you, Javon. I hear you loud and clear. 126-104, New York. Brunson into the lane to McBride. His 3 no good. And Towns pushing Scotty in the back gets called for the foul.
That's the 6th and final foul.
Karl Anthony Towns fouls out of the game. 31 points, 10 rebounds. Scotty Barnes on the line for Toronto. 6:27 to go in the ball game. Free throw no good. Scotty with 21 points on the night. The problem is it's taken him 20 shots. Make it 22 as he gets a free throw down. 126-105. New York by 21. Brunson trapped at midcourt, steps through, gets it to McBride. To Achua. Raises for 3, short, gets his rebound back. Finds Anunoby. OG drives into the lane, lays it up and in.
He's been in beast mode tonight. 31 points for him. And he's done it a variety of ways. Found his mismatches, knocked down 3s, attacked the baskets, attacked closeouts.
Grady lays it in, far side, left wing. 128-107. Grady with 14 points. Knicks shooting, though, has been the story, shooting 60%. Raptors doing a good job shooting the ball themselves at 53. Problem is the 3 ball. New York. That's 21 points right there. The difference in the long ball. Brunson up top gets it to Hart. Wide open 3 near side is good.
That's a tough decision that RJ has to make, right? Between Hart, who's shooting the lines off of the basketball, and OG, who's having a tough night. He chooses to defend OG and leaves Hart open for the 3-point shot, and Hart knocking it down.
131-107. 5:20 to go in the ball game. What do you do with this one, Javon, when it's done? Do you flush it, go home for Christmas, and then try to regroup in Memphis, come back with a new attitude?
Well, I think everybody has to flush this one, right? To take one look at it from the coaches as well as the players. The effort just really wasn't there. But I think the coaches also have to look at this one, and either the game plan wasn't clear and concise, or we needed a better game plan going into this game, and also making some adjustments because there really wasn't any rhythm at any point in this game for the Raptors. And I thought they had some good stuff with Scotty taking advantage of matchups. Didn't really go to that enough, and didn't get any other guys any matchups, any advantage.
Boucher drives and jams it down, punches the stanchion as he punches it on Mikal Bridges. The Raptors get the turnover. 131-111. Hart down the lane, kicks it to Anunoby. 4:40 to go. Raptors have shaved the lead for respectability from 33 down to 20, and New York turns it over.
And something also to look at, Jonesy, is the effort on the defensive end, right? For the better part of this game, the New York Knicks have shot 60% or better from the floor, right? 40 points in the second quarter and 41 points in the third quarter.
Raptors put another 3 on the board. Knocked in the well. As Brunson comes back and gets 2. It was Grady who had the Raptor bucket. 133-114. As Darko still coaching. Calls a timeout. Wants to talk to his troops. Let's take a break. 133-114 New York. 4:09 to go in the game. You're listening to Tangerine Raptors basketball on TSN 1050 Toronto.
Breaking story from Alpine News Network. Firefighter Finn McHose, that's a nickname, right? Needed help contending with a blaze of debt. He called Alpine Credits and a superhero was sent his way. Summoning water, she extinguished the fire and consolidated his debt into one low monthly payment. His floors may be wet, but his debt is under control. Own your home? Need a loan? Alpine Credits can help.
Alpine Credits, where homeowners get approved. Fiscal license 12616.
Why do I love getting my last-minute gifts at Shoppers Drug Mart? Well, lots of stores, many open late, great selection of gifts, and let's not forget the PC Optimum points. I get gifts for them and points for me, and so can you. Go to Shoppers. Exclusions apply.
At Sleep Country, we know the importance of a good pillow. With back sleepers, stomach sleepers, and even hot sleepers, finding the perfect pillow is possible. Come in for a personalized pillow fitting, and our sleep experts can find one that's just right for you. Right now, buy one of our best-selling pillows and get a second one free. But hurry, for a limited time only. Restrictions may apply. See in-store or online. Sleep well, stay well, Sleep Country.
TSN and TSN Plus are your home for the National Lacrosse League on NLL Friday night. And get even more action on TSN Plus with every game all season long. What a play!
Making your lousy commute fun. Overdrive with Hayes Noodles and the O-Dog every weekday, 4 to 7 p.m. on TSN 1050.
4:09 to go. Fourth quarter, Knicks 133, Raptors 114. Paul Jones, Javon Shepard here. You heard from Jim Taddy, Warren Ward in the postgame, Josh Lewenberg. Behind the glass, Owen Hall back in the ball game, along with Matt Cardadero. Well, the Raptors, I give them credit. 33 down to 20. They cut 13 off the lead. They're still doing their best to try and hang in, although it looks like Darko has emptied a bit of the bench. Always a thrill for some of these guys that don't get to play a lot to play in New York. Ulrich Shamshi into the ball game, along with A.J. Lawson, the Toronto kid. Jamison Battle, Jacoby Walter, and Jonathan Mobo, the other Raptors on the floor. Brunson can't shake Mobo, stuck in the lane. Gets it to McBride, kicks to OG, shot clock running down, didn't get it off. Nice D by that group. They get a shot clock violation. Lawson becoming the 10th Canadian to play with the Raptors. Walter, 2 head fakes, gets Anunoby in the air. And the foul will go on OG Jacoby Walter to the line for 2.
Jacoby coming off a good game against Houston, and even some of the stuff that he's done here tonight. Not big numbers in this game, on 10 points, but he's just looking so much more comfortable, so much more fluid on the floor. You can see his confidence building, you know, with the minutes that he is playing and as the season goes on, showing you a bit of everything, right? You put it on the floor, does a good job of reading, pass it a bit. I think the more he plays and the more he adjusts to the speed of the game, you know, this is going to end up being a really good pick for the Raptors.
OG Anunoby sits down Jericho Sims into the ball game. Second free throw, no good for Walter. The Raptors battle for the rebound, and Jamison Battle comes out of the fray with it. To Lawson, his three is in the bottom of the well. Yes, sir. The youngster from Toronto knocks down a triple. 133, 118. The score maybe not a true indication of the game, but Raptors doing their best to keep it close. McBride up top. On the drive. Pull up, jumper, short, rebound Mobo. Toronto hustles it front court. Mobo drives, hits Battle on the baseline, goes for the dunk, and is fouled by Sims. I like that young Battle saying, hey, I'm not coming with no low YMCA stuff, man. I'm going to dip it on you.
I'm going to get above the rim, and we see that he had a highlight play earlier in this one, even late in the game, right? The game might be out of reach, but he's getting that look around the basket, and he's looking to punch it. He's looking to make aggressive play.
Battle first free throw good. Second one also down. 133, 120. Don't kid yourself. 2:28 to go. That score is significant to some. Hart. Off to McBride. Lobs it inside to Sims. In the lane, Shamshi knocks it away, and they're going to call Ulrich for the foul. Raptors is a 38-point and fourth quarter, and the meter's still running. 12-2 over the last 2:45. First free throw for Sims is good. You got to feel good seeing AJ Lawson, a graduate of the CEBL.
Yeah.
Former Guelph Nighthawk. 2 free throws good for New York. And Sims, it's 135, 120. 2 minutes. Down the stretch we come. Inside, Shamshi can't handle the pass from Walter, and it's turned over. Under 2 minutes to go, 158. And the Knicks lead it by 15. Maybe I'll do the math for some of the people that are still interested in the math. Brunson still in the ballgame, along with Josh Hart, Mikal Bridges, and Miles McBride. McBride raises up, his jumper good. 137, 120. Jacoby Walters, shot fake. Drive, floats it up, no good, but he's fouled. And the Knicks fans with a cheer as the Marquette Golden Eagle Tyler Kolek is going to get a little bit of run. Drafted 34th overall last year by Portland. And he was one of the elite point guards in the NCAA last year.
I really liked him.
Handled the ball, Dishing out the sugar. Good assist man.
Stabilizer.
Yes. Yeah, not going to hurt you. Newly minted and freshly signed Landry Shamet out of Wichita State. Also checking into the ballgame. He could be a key addition in terms of the three-point shooting later in the year. Jacoby Walter knocks down 2. He's got 13. Kolek front court. On the bounce against Walter. Kolek drives baseline. Kicks it out. Shamet back to Coulter. Now to Shamet down to the baseline near corner. He's got to go. Shot clock at 3. Fall away jumper is good. 139-122. Lead is 17. Jacoby Walter into the lane. Fall away jumper no good. But the foul goes on Toppin. Jacob Toppin. Undrafted in 2023. And yes, if you understand the name Toppin, his brother is Obi, the former Knick who was traded to the Pacers. Jacoby Walter free throw good. Second one also down. Jacoby with 15. 139-124. Kolek drives. Blocked by Walter, out of bounds. It'll stay with New York. Jacoby's like, hey man, they might be cheering for you because you're a crowd favorite and a new draft pick. That doesn't mean I'm giving you something. McBride, 3 in the corner, no good. Rebound Shamshi. Outlet Jacoby Walter drives and he's fouled by Kolek. And Jacoby going to go back to the line for 2. 15-point difference. 139-124. Our camera just had a shot of Tom Thibodeau. His countenance would tell you that his team's down 20. Looks like a guy who just had the doors close on the 7 train to get out of Manhattan and go back out to the island. Free throw good by Jacoby Walter. 139-125. Game clock at 15. Shot clock at 7. Crowd wants Kolek to go. I think he's going to just take the turnover. I get it. And NBA people, if you're listening, that should not register as a turnover in the stats. And the Raptors will do the same. Dribble out the clock. And it'll be a good Christmas Eve for the Knicks as they get set to play on Christmas Day. They get a win over the Raptors. 139-125 is the final.
Yeah, tough one for the Raptors, right? And obviously not the way you want to go into the Christmas break. Giving up 139 points on 59% shooting for the New York Knicks. Neither one of these teams played much defense tonight because New York gave up 125 on 54% shooting for the Raptors. And keep in mind that this game didn't really start with much flow for about 6 minutes into the first quarter, right? New York gets another one in the win column and continues to truck along. And for the Raptors, this is one where you gotta look at this briefly, right, and take away some things on the defensive end, just the attention to detail there, being a bit more intentional, being aggressive, and a number of missed assignments and a number of blow-bys, just flat-out blow-bys, right? And those are things that aren't X's and O's, but those are things that, as a group, when you leave that locker room and get onto the floor, right, you got to be ready to play.
Yeah, got to be ready. Got to bring your best game. So the Knicks win it, 139-125. That's it for us until, if you celebrate the big man in the red suit, comes on the 25th. And if you do, Merry Christmas. If you celebrate another holiday in this festive season, we wish you the best. And happy holidays, whatever it is that you may be celebrating over the next little while. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for letting us ride along with you. For our entire eminent crew here at TSN 1050, we say good night from Toronto. This has been Tangerine Raptors basketball across the TSN radio network. New York defeats Toronto 139-125.
From the biggest stadiums to the coziest holes in the wall. From house parties to porch hangs to pride celebrations. From your favorite fuzz shop to your local Indian spot. From noodle bars to sports bars to salsa bars. There's a Molson with your name on it. Canadian Ultra XL. Molson. Everyone in.
What's up, Raptors fans? Thank you for hanging out with us together, We the North, here on Toronto Sports Insider, making a difference in our awesome community every single game. Just wanted to stop and say thank you guys for hitting that like button. Thank you for sharing this link out and helping me grow this Toronto Raptors community. We're doing big things with SickKids Hospital in Toronto. We're going to only do bigger things in the future. So I said to the Leafs fans, send me some ideas of some campaigns that you guys think may benefit the community as far as donating money for SickKids. If you have any of those ideas, send an email to me at torontosportsinsider@gmail.com. And let's see if we can't continue changing the world one insider at a time. Thank you, insiders. We'll see you guys back in the chat. Let's go, Raptors.